It starts small, a drop of paint, a cracked wall, the handshake, all to say, all to ask, all to wonder, blindly going forward, going forward.
On March 16th, the Marion Music Hall shut down, and everyone returned to their homes to shelter in place. For who knew how long? We were 2/3 of the way through our training. Part of the VMT training is taking students through the unexpected, learning to stay present and improvise, and that became a challenge for us all. What happens when a VMT training gets interrupted? When this highly experiential creative therapeutic process has to be removed from the living world and taken to the virtual airways on Zoom? How do we go forward under such restricted circumstances? VMT is all about giving voice to what is happening, inside and out, about using your physical voice to express your wants, needs, and ideas more fully and effectively by making that voice more flexible, durable, and versatile. It is most fully realized in the creation of the personal song, which becomes the container, the frame that holds deep emotions and conflicts together and allows them to be embodied and expressed in a new way. By early April, 2 groups of students had started meeting on Zoom for mutual support and to work on projects together. And 1 group has met every week since. Soon after, we the teachers came up with a plan, which consisted of Christine Isherwood doing individual sessions for students wanting to work on personal issues through the voice as well as discussion, Melanie Harold offering individual singing lessons prioritizing breath, the timbres, and the planes of expression, and I decided to hold a weekly group meeting where participants could share space together and review and deepen their knowledge of the vocal and non-vocal components of this work while expressing how they felt about what was going on around them in sound and movement. I wanted this to be an active voice and movement group. In what way could we come together on Zoom and be active, even though we all were in our own little places, our virtual squares? At the students' request, in case they missed one of our weekly meetings, we recorded them. We evolved a way of dealing with our hopes and fears, the emotional roller coaster of ups and downs so many people were encountering, by expressing our feelings through short voice and movement experiences, and sometimes drawings, and creating songs built around specific vocal components. Not a substitute for the rest of the training, but a way to continue and deepen our engagement with it, until we might be able to resume our work in reality, all together, in the music hall. What follows is a glimpse of what we did. So let's just start in our usual fashion, with a voice and movement gesture, with or without words. And I have to say, for me, it's been sort of like big sensory world, small virtual world. I feel like I'm going from here
Oh.
to there, and there's some good things about it, which we can talk about later. But that's the feeling. So my movement is big sensory
Sensory
world
world.
Big sensory world.
and
The small.
small virtual world.
I want to speak to you.
What did you say?
I want
Want
to
to speak to you.
speak to you.
Come, go away. Come, go away.
Go away. Go
Go
away.
away.
Go away.
Sam. Oh, this is hard. Maybe that's what it is. This is hard. Sadness, shame, responsibility, hope. Sadness,
Sadness,
shame, responsibility,
responsibility, hope.
hope.
Somebody-
Yeah, Katja.
Ready. Ugh.
Oh, nice.
Ready. Ugh. Nadia.
Oh, pain.
Oh,
Pain.
Yet.
Wag naman sana. Wag naman sana. Wag naman sana.
And what does it mean?
I hope it won't happen.
Oh.
Something like that.
Oh.
Because an anti-terrorism bill is being passed here.
Yes, yes, I've
What?
heard about that.
What is?
Anti-terrorism bill is being passed.
I don't know what that means.
So it's Filipinos getting quite fearful about it. It might make us all shut up. And even if you just speak something, a small thing about something that might cause us, all this. There's no protest here. It's something like that. That's what. There's no protest. No one has to speak, and so that's what the people are being afraid of.
I think I just happened to read yesterday about what was going on, and that was the only reason that I knew that things were happening in the Philippines. So anyway, I hope you can feel us with you. Has anybody heard anything from Wylim?
No, and I wrote to him last week sometime, and I haven't heard
Yeah,
back.
so
from
did
him.
I.
Oh, okay, you did as well.
Concerned about yeah, because there is so much unrest in Hong Kong.
I can also say in Canada, one of the provinces just passed a bill, and I'm just going to read it. You can be fined or jailed for exercising your constitutional right to peaceful assembly.
In Canada, I didn't see that coming.
Madeline wrote me, and she is not here today because they've been having big protests where she is. I'm assuming, she just said protest, so I'm assuming about this poor man who got his neck kneeled on until he died. If there's anything anybody wants to say or they want to share about what's happening where they are.
It's definitely really hard to square the crisis in the country with like how great it is to have Katya here and just like feeling comfortable and safe and happy here, also knowing that everything else is on fire. And
I've had some really bad experiences at protests personally, so I do not feel safe going to protests. And yet, so there's that question of, okay, how do I contribute? How do I work with this? And that's a lot of, I've been doing a lot of that in the last week.
I've been in a really painful overwhelm in this last week, like almost had a sort of like a physical trauma from overwork and just over like the global situation, everything happening, like the Black Lives Matter. It's really kind of triggered a lot of pain in me, and I think I was really struggling.
I understand the fear and the frustration about the protests. I mean, I'd like to be in Washington, but as a 76-year-old person with diabetes, it probably would not be the best thing for me to do. But I was incredibly frustrated because I discovered the night after it happened that there was actually a protest in Marion. Right outside the music hall, which I could have walked to. So, these things are happening all over the place, and it's hard to know what to do, and I think everybody has to make their own decisions. Because I have found tension to be a big feature of what's happening at this time, and because certainly in myself, I've been experiencing a lot of tension here. The first vocal component I would really like to spend some time on is free air.
Okay.
And that really is wonderful, because what it can do, if you experience tightness in your throat and you start working with free air, it's like giving yourself an internal massage. My voice has gotten incredibly croaky because I realize I'm not taking deep breaths and I'm not projecting. So just take a moment. We'll do a silly thing because we don't have to think about it. Just say in your normal voice, "It's a nice day if it doesn't rain."
It's a nice day if it doesn't
Do it for
rain.
yourself. Yeah.
It's a nice day if it doesn't rain.
So now what I want you to do is really put in free air and amplify the free air. The whole Marilyn Monroe-esque kind of thing. Put in as much free air as you comfortably can and say,
It's a nice day if it doesn't rain.
let's go around one by one. That's great. Kata, you do that again.
It's a nice day if it doesn't rain.
All right.
Nice day if it doesn't rain.
Lovely. Sam.
It's a nice day if it doesn't rain.
That sounds slightly ominous. It takes more breath. It does take more breath. So that's where the effort goes, is down in your rib cage, in your abdomen. But just try. Yeah. It's a nice day.
It's a nice
Whatever
day
you want to say.
if it doesn't rain.
What I realized is when I first did it today for you guys, it was more of a whisper. So I didn't have enough voicing in it.
Right.
Yeah. So I have to play with that a little.
This might be nitpicking, and if it is, just let
Okay.
me know. But so when we were talking about the free air, and you said it could sound ominous and then go back to relaxed.
Well,
To me, free air is relaxed.
I guess probably it was just the sound, because it felt ominous, didn't relax me. So you might have felt very relaxed doing it. Could you do it again?
Sometimes it's difficult to say what you want to say in the way that you want to say it.
Okay, this is very interesting, because it's not a picky question at all, first of all. Secondly, what's happening is the sound's getting disrupted.
Free.
Yeah, okay. Free, free. Okay, so the challenge for you is to be able to get it away from here, because what you're going is you're making the sound free. You're going to need more breath, and I think this is useful for everybody. Free. Do it on a sigh. Free. Yeah, yeah. What I heard as not relaxed was that it was coming from here. And it was breaking up the sound. So write a little song, make up a little song. You can either do with free air and without free air, or that you can find a way to go back and forth within the same song. And if you want to use free air in a different way, like instead of being relaxing, you're really feeling ominous and you want to be ominous, that would be great, because then you can go from that feeling, that kind of free air, to something more relaxed. Sam, would you like to start?
This is not about me. It is about 400 years of history, where the light is a dangerous place to be for all people who do not look like me. This is not through the shadows of my soul, love and compassion are my goal. I stand up to fear and misery that have become common currency. Not for everyone is the air free when one man dies under another's knee. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Evil and hatred I see when we subdue our humanity need to stop and be put asunder. I hear my heart beat in the chest of another. Not for everyone is the air free when one man dies under another's knee. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Hatred suffocates us all. Now is the time to heed the call. To no longer judge by the color of skin. Let change come and healing begin. Not for everyone is the world free when one man dies under another's knee. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Strength formed in life's fire, I carry light and dark. Now I am only free when life breathes in every heart.
Ooh. So, Nadia, would you like to go next?
Yeah, it's a complete leap to the other end of the emotional spectrum, which is really weird because I wrote it straight after last week's session, and it's about feeling really happy, and then I just went into complete descent. So yeah. Tell me, why am I feeling so good? Why am I feeling so good? Tell me, why am I feeling so good? Why am I feeling so good? 'Cause I'm heaven in a body, heaven in a body, and that's the way it ought to be. 'Cause I'm heaven in a body, heaven in a body, and that's the way it ought to be. Why are you feeling so good? 'Cause I'm heaven in a body, heaven in a body, and that's the way it ought to be. Yeah, and actually when I revisited it today, because I knew this was happening, I was like, fuck, I still don't feel like that. But I did it, and it kind of gave me strength, and it made me realize, like, it's often that counterintuitive thing to do something like really good or fun or nurturing that can give me strength as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think, I think the whole point of this is that we don't want to lose the moments of feeling good as well, because we need them.
And I have to say that for me, like trying to work on the piece that you suggested that we do, it made me focus and sort of gel my thoughts. And I'm as frightened and worried as before, but I feel like I've got some container for it.
That's what I started thinking more and more, just feeling all the things that I'm feeling, and the song is a wonderful container. And that would be my thought as we go through these vocal components each week, is give people a chance to do just that if you want to.
Yeah, I actually wrote about what's happening, in the world right now, especially our country, with racism. So I would like to take that one song, work with the breathiness in parts and the loud and soft with others.
What color skin did your soul slip in? Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father lost, never found, buried deep beneath the ground. Trampled roses, thorns of mercy for all those remaining thirsty. Resurrected, twisted by fate, born again, tangled by hate. What color skin did your soul slip in? Sun smothered by clouds that hover, laden with sins of the other. Trampled roses, thorns of mercy for all those remaining thirsty. What color skin did your soul slip in? Father, Son, Holy Ghost are one. Holy Ghost stripped naked on the cross, nailed, impaled, disdained and profaned. Trampled roses, thorns of mercy for all those remaining thirsty. Denied sunrises, sunsets, befit for a king, known only by his white skin kin. Resurrected, twisted by fate, born again, tangled by hate. What color skin did your soul slip in?
Yeah, and I love that we can actually process what's going on right now in song. I'm just hugely appreciative.
And how we make something, you know, the process of making something, that's what it's all about. But that's what we're doing always in things like voice movement therapy and the expressive arts. We're making something different from that which already exists. The transformation of the personal story. How can we make a new story? How can we make something different with the raw ingredients that we've been given, so that it doesn't all carry on being a burden we have to carry, or being undifferentiated. You know, it's like, actually, yeah, I can take these same ingredients and make something new from
The balance for me of trying to listen to what's there and be respectful of what is there, and then trying to fit it in and control it. I mean, I do need both.
Sometimes some songs are born like that, you know, they are, you click your fingers and magic, ta-da. Sometimes a week is enough, sometimes a month, sometimes a year, sometimes it's 9 years.
As much as I realize probably none of these projects are complete, they have come to a certain place of containment, which is helpful. When it's just out there like that, it feels more frazzled. And
you know, we don't script it beforehand. We let the process reveal what the product will be, because that's the process of the engagement with the unconscious.
I think it's the doing of something. And one of the things that I love about voice movement therapy and all of the expressive arts therapies, it's the creative act of doing, making, producing something that really is what causes transformation. Because you take whatever the problem is and you reimagine it and you create something with it. And in that way, we can't necessarily change what's happening in our lives at some point. But what we can do is we can find a different point of view, a different perspective, and we can do something with it. Are you all somewhere where you can actually make what sound as you want?
It's not super loud. Like my neighbors are right. There's no room I can go where there's not a neighbor right on the next wall.
I'm in a very beautiful place where I can just have walks around, like in the mountain.
Oh, we can make however much sound we want here. It's, yeah.
And Nadia, you can make sound?
Well, I say I can. I do. And
Complain.
yeah, actually, at the moment, my upstairs neighbors have moved out, so there's nobody up there, which is really good, because they did used to complain sometimes. But I just sort of feel like that's just how it is.
I do make quite a bit of noise too, but I do think I edit myself because I'm not going to do the same things I would do in the hall or that sort of thing.
Right. So maybe that would be an indication of more doing actual songs, because even if you do actual songs loudly, people don't react in the same way to just free sounds. Okay, so how can we use our voices more expressively during this lockdown time? Well, just like in the music hall, where we often do individual sound and movement explorations all at the same time, learning to be present with all kinds of vocal expressions without losing our own, we don't want to mute ourselves here either, unless it's really necessary. So I'd like to just go right into doing a warm-up. And everything that seems to be happening at the moment, from my point of view, is either just minute or so huge. So I thought it would be great to do, and stand if you want to and not if you don't, but to do a warm-up, stay on unmuted with sounds and movement small and large, and just finding a way of just starting very, 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 very small. And then just letting it get a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. Well, the whole point of this really is just to give you an opportunity and ideas to try writing things and try different things. It really, it doesn't have to be a finished project. I mean, if you think of it a little bit workshop-y, just to try something just for fun.
Madeline, my challenge to you would be to write a chant that we can sing unmuted on Zoom. That one that you sent me.
Okay, so the words of this are Zoom is for us. Those are the words. It'll sound like this. Zoom is for us. Okay, we're all gonna start like that. It might do 2 times. We'll all sing that together. Then I hope everyone breaks off and does their own thing, and it will be based on that, but let me show you some examples. So you could do it twice as fast. You could sing, Zoom is for us. Zoom is for us, or however fast you want, however many times you want. Or you could do it really fast. You could go, Zoom is for us, and then take some breaths. Zoom is for us, or whatever. And then maybe some people can do it more rhythmically, so you could go like, Zoom is for us, Zoom is for us, or whatever. So each person, when we break off to that part, each person will be doing something of their choosing, revolving around that. Those 4 notes are important. But at the end, I'm going to start singing the slow thing again. And then it would be cool if we sort of gradually morphed into the slow thing. So join me with slow singing, and we'll end by all doing the slow part a couple times together. So in the middle section, when everyone's doing their own thing, it's going to sound like a cacophony, like it will be wild, and that's cool. It's supposed to be like that. Okay, we're all singing together now. Zoom
Zoom is for us. 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 Zoom.
So one of the advantages of Zoom is staying connected, even when people move around a lot or can't attend meetings.
I want to add to that I'm going to be moving on from Breeze Place pretty soon, and part of the thing about being nomadic is that sometimes I have better internet connection than other times, and then sometimes I'm going to be using a mobile hotspot, and so there are times when I show up and have to leave because my connection isn't as good as I'd like it to be. That will happen, but I also keep moving, so I will be in a better place eventually to connect. I think it's the interaction that I find so valuable.
And I know that Yayette has been having a very hard time staying awake late enough to meet with us, because when it's 10 a.m. in the morning here, it's 11 p.m. in the Philippines. So now I meet with her individually once a month to do the kinds of things we have been doing in this group. You remember last week I asked you to think about when words are useful and when sounds work better, and to write a song with that in mind? Well, Yayette did that, and she wants to share it with you, and I think you'll recognize the background.
La 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 la. Another day in front of me, another day to celebrate life. I am full of love, and words are not enough. So I sing what's in my heart. La 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 la. 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 I fill my heart with gratitude. I fill my heart with peace. There's no space to complain. Feel the love again and again. Oh, the joy I can't contain. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
I loved the video of her singing. That made me so happy. I just like the minute I saw that pop up with like the picture of her in the music hall, I just had this big smile across my face.
Okay. So now I'd like to ask you to use two different vocal components in a song, register and violin, also known as forward pharyngeal resonance. You don't have to do all 4 registers, but go back and forth between at least 2. At the same time, think of all the characters that come up with violin, wicked witches, old people, children, some singers, and then create your own to fit these times. Nadja, would you like to do your song?
Sure. I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. I can peel my vegetables when I'm in the mood for them. I can peel my vegetables when I'm in the mood for them. 'Cause I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. I can beat you black and blue when I'm in the mood for you. I can beat you black and blue when I'm in the mood for you. 'Cause I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. But I can't save the world alone, although I'm in the mood for it. No, I can't save the world alone, although I'm in the mood for it. I need you to come with me if you're in the mood for it. I need you to come with me if you're in the mood for it. 'Cause we can do a lot of things if we're in the mood for them. Yeah, we can do a lot of things if we're in the mood for them.
Not only is it a fabulous demonstration of modal and falsetto, it's just a. Can I ask you to try something just for fun? Not that you need this in your song at all, but I'd love to see if you did a verse like in vocal fry. I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. I can do a lot of things when I'm in the mood for them. Could you possibly try it in whistle, way up high? Oh. Does anybody have anything before that they just wish to say and comment what's going on with you or this or anything?
I would like to say that I've been very inwards this month, but from maybe 3 days ago, I started feeling like I want to be out again. And that's a good feeling. It's very simple. It's just happening. Like there is a strong need of sharing what I have. And that's the feeling I have today. That's how I'm feeling today. And I hope this lasts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of been a weird roller coaster, but it's just been a lot of struggling with the state of the world and feeling like, oh, I have all of this time to be creative and work on these projects. And then like I just get sucked into this black hole. Like I don't even know what's there anymore. Like, so sometimes that's really hard, but also I've written more songs. I want to bring one of my newer songs to here. It starts small, a drop of paint, a cracked wall, the handshake, all to say, all to ask, all to wonder, blindly going forward, going forward. If you cross that river, there's no telling what you'll do. If you cross to the other bank, will it be green grass, or will you be blindly? How do the insects make it to spring? They just dong hundreds of husks, festering their hundreds of eggs, hatching to the light, starting off small, taking flight, blindly going forward. If you cross that river, there's no telling what you'll do. If you cross to the other bank, all to ask, all to wonder what you see. Will it be green grass? Will it be white snow? Will it be a mountain's edge? Will the wind still blow? Will the sun rise? When will the storm hit? Will you be blindly going forward?
Approaching winter, the current individual sessions and the active voice and movement group will continue as needed. We have also started an online course, both academic and creative, so that all written work can be completed and the final performance is prepared. Not a substitute for the final module of the training, but a way to continue our engagement with it until such time as we may be able to resume our work in reality, all together in the music hall. Meanwhile, as it has been for the past many months, embodied song is the vehicle and the container that deepens our sense of community and purpose as we go forward.
And you know what? I'd like to do it sort of as call and response, and I think it works best if you guys mute, but you just sing after me. Reach out your hand.
Reach out your hand.
Lift up your eyes.
Lift up your eyes.
The sun on your face.
The sun on your face
Also shines on mine.
Also shines on mine.
We are all one.
We are all one.
Walking on the earth.
Walking on the earth.
Different roads.
Different roads.
Of equal worth.
Of equal worth.
The tears we cry.
The tears we cry.
Salty as the sea.
Salty as the sea.
Make me a part of you.
Make me a part of you.
And you a part of me.
And you a part of me.
I look in your eyes.
I look in your eyes.
It's not color I see.
It's not color I see.
You're a mother's child.
Your mother's child.
So precious to me.
So precious to me.
I reach out my hand.
Reach out my hand.
And I wipe your eyes.
And I wipe your eyes.
By lifting you up.
By lifting you up.
I too shall rise. In a circle we stand.
In a circle we stand.
One heart, one song.
One heart, one song.
In this home.
In this home.
We all belong.
We all belong.
So reach out your hand.
Reach out your hand.
Lift up your eyes.
Lift up your eyes.
The sun on your face.
The sun on your face
Shines also on mine.
Shines
also
mine.
Love holds roots, hope gives wings, dance with the wind and the change it brings. Love holds roots, hope gives wings, walk with peace, hear your heart sing. Love holds roots, hope gives wings, dance with the wind and the change it brings. Love holds roots.